the president of a country and he's offering free education to these islands and saying, I mean, we can give you free education. That shouldn't be a problem. What do you? Is it going to be a problem? I say, no, it's a problem because we need to make them see us as very friendly because the kind of deal that will be happening in this place in the coming days and weeks, by government, and you will see it. It's going to be in the news. Here is Kolu addressing their National Assembly. But by National Assembly, will be like the time where they do the the Thanksgiving, 1 year Thanksgiving of full bara in Rivers State in one church like that. See, no offense, so St. Lucians, right? No offense. I'm just trying to let you know that those in charge of your country, they have brought home an insect infected logwood. He is not offering you free education because there's no free education in his own country. He is not coming there to offer a hand of fellowship because of culture. This guy no get culture, he no get anything. This is a career criminal that managed to manipulate an entire institutions in the country to become their prestigious. All right. But here, Kolu addressing them and the promises he made them. All of this, you can see that it's not even as valid as, should I say, it is not even as credible as the paper they printed the nonsense on. But it did promise them though. And do you think it's because he wants to give them free education? That's why he went to St. Lucia. If you believe that is because of cultural slavery and all these things, right? That's why Tinubu went to St. Lucia. I get one airport to sell you. I won't sell them. It's just 1,500 pounds. I'll tell you the location if you are interested. If you believe Kolu is St. Lucia because he go give them free education.
In advancing our shared development goals, I strongly advocate for Nigeria and OECS. Maritime universities, such as partnerships, will build technical capacity, but also foster mutual understanding and long-term academic collaboration. Beyond maritime education, both regions should explore joint scientific research initiatives, particularly in addressing common health challenges. To give structure to these efforts, we should formalize agreements that clearly define areas of cooperation in education and research. Equally important is collaboration in tackling urgent threats posed by climate change. By sharing research findings on a climate impact, adaptation strategies, and disaster risk management, including rise in the sea level and outbreak of hurricane, we can deepen our understanding and enhance collective resilience. Joint efforts in promoting sustainable agricultural practices and addressing issues such as flooding and drought will also contribute to food security and reduce climate vulnerability in both our regions. It is essential that we invest in cultural and human exchanges that build mutual understanding from the ground up among our peoples, from ordinary to the leadership. I encourage the integration of Nigeria and OECS cultural awareness of our shared heritage, values, and traditions among future generations. Beyond education, we must also encourage more frequent visits between our peoples, allowing them to experience firsthand the unique cultural attractions and the historic sites that define our identities. In a concrete step towards this goal, Nigeria is open to exploring a visa waiver arrangement for holders of diplomatic and official passports from OECS member states traveling to Nigeria. I respectfully urge a reciprocal gesture to enable smoother movement of officials and foster closer institutional cooperation. Furthermore, Nigeria is ready to extend the services of Nigeria Technical Aid Corps to OECS countries. We provide skilled teachers, and I quote, "If you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, go together." Let us journey together, united in purpose and fortified by our common heritage. You and I have it enshrined in our DNA. Africa belongs to all of us. Today, to continue to promote that, I will establish full scholarship tuition for students of OECS. From cultural and student exchanges, I believe we can promote that economic and cultural understanding that we further strengthen the bond between us. I think
things are getting better for Nigeria. Things are getting better. For Asiwaju is on the throne. Things are getting better. Things are getting better. Things are getting better. Mr. President, things are getting better. Hey, I said, things are getting better for Nigeria. For Nigeria is on the way. Progressive government. Things are getting better. Asiwaju, congratulations.
Yes. But if you are from the OECS countries in the Caribbean and you stumble on this video, I am here to tell you that I am from that man's country. He's got no shit to give to you. Nothing. All of that is just for the camera. All the talk of cultural exchanges, this and no. What will happen is that suddenly the population of St. Lucia may suddenly increase to 200,000 as many of their runners and the rest of them may begin to carry St. Lucian diplomatic passports. And of course, those who went with Tinubu, you know, St. Lucia, OES, all of them, if they combine all of them together, una no reach half of a Limosho local government area in Nigeria, where that guy came from. He's talking about agricultural exchange. Oh, na lie. He's going to invest in drought. He's going to invest in flooding. Baba, now water they carry in whole country, people go away every now and then. Go online, search for Nigeria flooding. You will still see video from yesterday, just yesterday. But it's there in St. Lucia. He's going to give them a scholarship to Nigeria. He's also going to invest in their agriculture. So what exactly is St. Lucia will now be sending to Nigeria, or Nigeria will be sending to St. Lucia? 180,000 in your lower and bear get. It be like say make Lagos State Lagos state government to go and make deal with the Ososa people. And they are broadcasting it in Lagos state and say, what a great. I say, why are you with Ososa? Ososa is just under Otogbolu local government area. They say, Ososa people are very unique. Culturally, they shared something with Lagos. And at the same time, they want to invest in Ososa Orange. That's what Tinubu is doing, you know. But at the end of the day, you realize that it is not about Ososa Orange. It is because Ososa is strategically positioned close to some water where some things can take place. And what is taking place in that place? The entire Ososa, if they sell the entire Ososa land, sorry, my Ososa people, they can't sell Ososa people, enjoying everything safe. Baba, that thing that is going on Ososa land right there, right? We'll pay for all of that. They go still get change. So why won't they go in there and make Ososa people feel like they are signing a deal with Lagos State, a very big, rich, you know? That's what Tinubu is doing. And it is unfortunate because the scandal is going to break out someday soon. We are going to now understand what have they actually done with Nigeria's presidential jet, presidential seals, and so many other things that they've signed off, all to strategically positioned his fellow criminals, drug dealers, arms dealers, you know, those who are even investing on the insecurity in Nigeria because of the stealing of Nigeria resources. Don't pretend that what I'm saying is too much. Or Benny, don't pretend though, because nothing I said right now is made up. None of it is made up. If the terrorists are if the Nigerian criminal government is unable to crush the terrorists, but somehow, business is booming for illegal miners in the country. Those who are illegally mining gold, uranium, and other resources, like including those who brings in ship to steal crude oil. You will realize that people invested in all of this. Evidence shown that most of the communities that have been attacked by different terror groups in Nigeria, they are not just attacked because they have anything to steal from them. They didn't attack them simply because they have land or so. No. It is mostly about what is under their land. People are being killed every day that they don't even know why they are being killed. Only to discover that after they chase them away, the entire place will be kind of like cordoned off. You will even be seeing the Nigerian military patrolling the area. The terrorists will be seen at the crime scene. Nobody is going to be challenging them because they are there purposely to execute a certain kind of like a crime. And those who are behind that, they are not just in Nigeria. Nigerian collaborators are just those who are making it easier for them, including those in government. It's not a conspiracy theory. So you think Nigeria is there so useless that it can't crush these terrorists that ordinary civilians are able to actually gather intel on? Ordinary civilians, locals, they are gathering intel on these terrorists. They know about them. They know about their movement. They know where they camp. They know them very well. But the government disarmed them so that they won't be able to fight these terrorists. Do you think that is coincidence? Would anyone think that the effort of these rogues or in all these years to keep playing defense for these terrorists, do you think it's because they are incompetent? Do you think it's coincidence? No. That is what a compromised system, that's what they look like. It will make them appear big, but from within, they are little. Because what gives them the drive to do what they are expected to do has been compromised. They can't. So this is the consequences of having a criminal in charge of the most powerful position, the most powerful job, the most powerful seats in your country. They robbed you, but you let it slide. The consequences of that is when the scandal finally breaks out, I won't be shocked though when they tell you what they have used Nigeria presidential jets to do. Used it to carry cocaine, carry drugs, money laundering. You know, imagine having drug dealers, arms dealers sitting in your presidential jets, flying under diplomatic cover, and they are taking them all over the world. And all they have to tell you is that the Tinubu is going for bilateral deal, cultural deal, this one deal. A criminal. a criminal. This is what Bugaje says is not going to end like.
The case of Alberto Fujimori of Peru, I can see the current president moving in that direction. Alberto Fujimori ruled Peru from 1990 to 2000. Alberto, in these 10 years, made sure first there was excessive corruption. There was, hyperinflation. There were all the troubles that I can see. There was insecurity because there were insurgents. There were so many other things. But he, instead of addressing this problem, he went around to buy all the security agents. He bought off the judiciary. He bought off the media. He bought off everybody that he thought could create problem for him.
And he became the state.
Yeah, but then that didn't work. By the time he finished, there was a case of one corruption that leaked out from a media that they thought was not even worth buying. And that was the last straw that broke the camel's back. And there was an uprising in the country, and he had to escape to Japan. 5 years later, they caught him in Chile, they brought him to Peru, they prosecuted him, they put him in prison, and he died in ignominy September last year. Now, I want, the current president and people around him to study the case of Peru, because this is the path they seem to be taking, and it's not going to bring any good, not to the country, not even to those who think they are enjoying the power.
That's what I mean. I have said that before. And when I heard that from him, I'm like, people are going to dismiss him. Those who fail to learn from history, they are bound to repeat the mistakes of the history. If Tinubu and his gang feels like Nigeria is captured, all this we are doing right now, we are just wailing. They will do anything they will do, They will carry out different kind of scandalous stuff that, you have seen enough in 2 years or in the last 10 years of this APC. There are people who have felt like they have conquered the people. People cannot do anything anymore. I've told you that before. It may just be something so insignificant, something so, and Tinubu will regret the day he felt like he could capture a country and capture the power of a country and run it the way he wants, like he's doing right now. So when that time comes, Baba, his case is going to be that of a Talleyrand in France, old France, right? Who was said as a minister to the king. He was in the morning, it was at the top of it was on top of the world, and by evening, it was at the bottom of the world. So we shall be here. That is not just the only person. Even Werewike is currently parading himself as somebody who constructing a 2-kilometer road, renovating or rehabilitating the the already existing roads and all of that, using billions upon billions to renovate buildings, while critical infrastructures like schools as well as hospitals like that remained like in dilapidated estates. It is not just buildings and this sort of like infrastructure, critical infrastructures that are suffering in the hand of this criminal that continue to showcase the mediocrity that has now become the yardstick in Nigeria, the yardstick of development. The workers are not paid. The minimum wage is not paid. School children are at home because Werewike won't pay the minimum wage of 70,000 naira. In all of this, Werewike continues to tell himself that the Abuja people hold Tinubu for all he, Werewike, has done for the people of Abuja. They should be so grateful to call you, like he said in this clip.
We're going to have most institutions like the university, like the EFCC Academy, and all other institutions.
That is not even just, hang on. That is not even just what is in that clip. In fact, that clip, I want to play that clip for you simply because the other day, in defense, when the COO that Werewike issued in giving his own son 2,082 hectares of land, 40,000 plot of land. One of the things that the Ronuku said was that, where will they see such land in Abuja? The total number of land that Wiki has allocated to his own sons, which is a proxy company, son's proxy company, right? Joaquin or Joac Farms, is a total of 2,082 hectares of land, a total of an equivalent of 40,000